Hello, Aquarius. Hello, hello. Let me grab my coffee here. I could feel a tickle in my throat coming. Sorry. Welcome to your weekly reading, Aquarius, for December 2nd through December 8th. Before we get started on this reading, I do want to talk about how here in the U.S. we just had Thanksgiving. It is a time to be grateful for all the abundance and love that we have in our life and show our gratitude. And I want to take a minute here and just thank you, Aquarius. Thank you for your support of this channel. Thank you for coming and watching the messages from Spirit. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. Okay, it all is so very important and so lovely, and thank you. I also want to thank those of you who donated to the channel. Okay, so I'm sorry, somebody in my house is, I don't know what's going on there, hacking up a lung. So sorry about that if you heard that. However, I do want to thank those of you who have donated to the channel. I open this channel up to get messages out to those who don't have access, okay, to get these messages from Spirit out to people who maybe don't have a reader, a medium in their area that they can go to, or simply cannot afford to have a reading done. And your donations, they help Spirit and I get these messages out. It frees up time for me to do more messages. So thank you so much for the donations that you've made. I'm just so full of gratitude for that. Also, if you did not know you could make a donation, yes, absolutely. I don't normally talk about it. It's just there and available. There is a PayPal button on the main page, and also there is a link in the description. So if you are so inclined, feel free. It is very much appreciated. So that being said, let's move into what your weekly is. All right. So interesting for you, Aquarius. Very interesting because the overall energy is the Elder card, and this is move beyond ancestral patterns. This is saying it's time to make a change, okay? It's time to break tradition. It's listen, we are inundated by our families that things have to be a certain way. We have to do things a certain way. And that is good. I mean, there are some traditions that are very, very good, but sometimes it's what holds us back. So it's time for you to move on to something less traditional. Maybe your families won't understand, or your spouses, or your coworkers, right? But that's okay, because this is for you. This is a breakthrough for you. You know, it's really quite beautiful because it's moving on. So this week it's a time to break patterns. And yes, those could be habitual patterns you may have learned from, your parents or your grandparents. It could even be down to something, like smoking, and you quit. But you're breaking patterns, and it's going to resonate with you all quite differently, Aquarius, because there's so many of you out there, right? However, I love that the very first card in the tarot out for you is the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is you giving up those habits. And it could be, again, something traditional that you have to do all the time. I mean, it's just really nice. It can be big or small, right? It could be, I don't know why this is coming into my head. It could be that you're stopping biting your nails, but it also could be something that has been in your DNA for a long time. It could be something, some sort of addiction that you stop, okay? So there's various levels here for all of you. But the nice thing is you're giving up on it. You're like, no, this isn't serving my highest good. And I love that for this week, because what it does is it gives you the World card, which opens opportunities. This is completion of that cycle, and it moves you into something bigger and better. So by breaking that pattern, whatever it is, it opens up the world to you. Okay, it really does. And then right after that, and I love this, Aquarius, you have the Three of Pentacles. So this is hard work, building a solid foundation, and this is teamwork, right? And I say this all the time because 99% of the time when I see this card, this can be talking about your support system, right? This could be talking about friends and family, coworkers. It absolutely could. But for me, when I see this card, it brings out your team, your spiritual team. So, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, and they are supporting you in this. You know, whatever this pattern is that you're breaking, they are there for you. They are building, rebuilding, right? Starting anew with you, teamwork. And what's so great about that is right after that comes out, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is recovery, right? So a lot of you, this could be an emotional pattern. A lot of this is a physical pattern, but there's recovery, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, there's recovery that comes in from this. So it's a big week. It's like you finally just decide, like, no, I'm not doing this anymore because it doesn't serve my higher good. And it's so beautiful. And it just keeps going. I mean, there's confirmation after confirmation in this reading of this, because then you have the Eight of Cups. You're walking away. You're walking away from that pattern. You're walking away from that habit. You're walking away from dating the same person every, time you go out, even though they have a different name. They're the same person. I mean, this can go the love route. This can go the work route. This can go the spiritual route, right? But, maybe it's a job thing, right? And you're like, oh, I've been in the same career forever and I'm walking away from it. That's a pattern, Sometimes it's a career because you decided to learn about it, become a tradesman of it, go to school, and you love what you do. But sometimes it's like, well, I've been doing this because that's how I got into it. I started my first job and I've been in this role for so long, and now I'm breaking that. There's better out there for me. So it's so many different things for you guys, but it's beautiful any way you look at it. Then you have the Two of Wands. This is so great. This is a new path, okay? This is a new path you're going on by breaking that pattern. In this particular reading, Aquarius, see this wand here? He's leaving this one behind, grabbing the future. World is in his hands, right? He's got the whole world in his hands. Opportunities, changes. I love this. And then you have the Eight of Swords for this week, and that is swift change. You are really just making up your mind about this, and it's like this surge energy, like, I'm just not doing this anymore. I'm getting a new job. I'm quitting smoking, whatever it might be. I'm not going to date the same person over and over again, right? You're breaking these patterns, and I love it, because ultimately, look what it does for you. Not only do you have the world, right, in your hands, you have the Four of Wands here. That's celebration. That's stability. It brings in new stability, right? We talked about the Three of Pentacles, building a solid foundation. There you go. All right. And happiness and celebration and joy. I love it. This is going to really bring in joy to your life by breaking that pattern. And then, Aquarius, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, woof, she is so nurturing. Man, she's like the most nurturing. I love her. Okay, because this is, even though when we talk about nurturing, we talk about, our emotions, feeling nurtured, right? But this is earth energy, so this is being nurtured in this 3D realm, in this body. And so this energy is of that hug that you get, right? That nurturing caress that you get. And either you are giving this out because you've dropped the patterns, or you are receiving it. Either way, it's beautiful and it's good. All right, I love that. So nice. Then you have the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is you laying down all those burdens. You're putting them down because you're, breaking this habit. You're changing the pattern, right? You're moving on, right? That it lets you, all this weight comes off your shoulders. Breaking tradition, doing something different, right? I love it. Then you have the Moon card too. And the Moon card is, this is, sorry, I'm moving all the cards here. This is coming out of illusion, what you thought was good for you, right? Oh, this helps me relax, that's why I do it, whatever it might be, guys. But it's just coming out of the illusion that things have to be a certain way. It is moving beyond those patterns, absolutely. You're breaking through the illusion. And then you have the Eight of Swords, and what this is telling me is you had anxiety and fear and worry about changing, right? But you're realizing that that's all in your head. This is self-induced, right? It's in your head. you feel tied up, but if you look at this, you're not. This is, you know, cloth. This is easily, this is like tissue paper, right? You can easily break through, and you are breaking through. Bottom of the deck for you, Aquarius. I love it, right? Six of Cups in reverse. This is absolutely leaving the past in the past, okay? So again, you're breaking that pattern, that cycle, and you're leaving it in the past. That's not who you are anymore. Okay, so beautiful. And then I really love this because you have the Two of Cups in reverse. And for me, intuitively, what Spirit is telling me is that this is you really bringing in that self-love. Okay, this leads you to a lot of self-love, taking care of yourself. Again, some of you, this is actual physical patterns or habits that you need to break. Some of you, this is emotional, right? Dating the wrong person, right? But you really open up self-love, right? It really brings in this new appreciation for yourself and your worthiness. Okay, so beautiful. I love this. And then, you know, I asked Spirit to pull one more card, but of course, Spirit does what it wants. And there's two cards for you, but of course, they do go hand in hand. The first one that came out for you, Aquarius, is change, right? You're changing, you're breaking a pattern. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Again, it's going to bring in good, happiness, stability, okay? This change. And then you have the Hope card. An idea like a single acorn can start a wonderful forest. I love this. This is going to really, really grow for you. This is going to be a big change. It's going to be good for you. It's going to grow and be prosperous. So, yeah, you know, end the cycle, right? End the cycle. If it's dating patterns and you're dating the same person, if it's work and you're changing careers, you know, if it's stopping smoking, whatever it might be, guys, because it's all, again, going to resonate with you differently. Do it, right? And it's like you've made up your mind. You already know. You've made up your mind. You're leaving this wand behind. You're moving on. And I love it. I absolutely love it for you, Aquarius. Go ahead and put some comments in. Let me know how this resonates with you, okay, this week. What decisions did you decide? How did you break that chain, right? And that pattern. I read each and every comment. Make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That lets YouTube know that this is of value to you. And of course, don't forget to hit that little bell. That bell notifies you of when Spirit and I upload a new video. Okay, so Aquarius, I'm just telling you right now, before I let you go, break tradition. Okay, break tradition.